Hello everyone, welcome to Good Morning Tarot. Now this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there might be a message here for you. Now let's try to see what is the main energy at the end of the day. Okay, we have here the Queen of Pentacles. Well, you've had a long day and it's time for you to sit down and reflect on the day that was. Okay, so this is the energy that I could feel right now. But today has been a very creative day for you, and I think you still have that creative energy. I think for the past few days or past few times, you have been very creative, and right now your projects or whatever you have done, they are starting to bloom. And you're very productive right now. You can see a rabbit here, and that can also symbolize fertility. So for those of you who are considering to have children, this is the best time to do so. And at the same time, you have established a certain kind of level of people already recognize you. You see here when you look at the Queen of Pentacles, she is sitting on the throne, on a throne. So in a certain sense, you have already accomplished a certain degree of respect from other people. You are like sitting on a throne. For some of you, it can be a leadership role or a role of a mentor or a role of somebody who is guiding other people or leading. Okay, so just like that. So leadership or mentorship role at this time. Now, it's good because at the end of the day, like now, when we encountered the Queen of Pentacles, so it means that for many of you, you already have good boundaries. That at the end of the day, you always take a pause to be alone, to reflect on the day that was, and maybe cleanse yourself from whatever energy you might have taken along the way, and also to replenish your energies at the same time. And also to reassess your goals, to try to see if you are still going in the right direction. Just like the Queen, she's looking at the Pentacles, so somehow you refocus your attention towards your goal, towards your dream. So this is what I can feel at this time for you with regards to the Queen of Pentacles card. Now let's try to see how this will further unfold. Well, for some of you, you will win. Whatever it is that you are doing right now, it will lead to success. This can be symbolized by this person who is winning. Now, the important thing there is to have the humility and also the compassion towards those whom you have won over. Okay, so it can be sort of like, for some of you, maybe it's a competition to make a proposal or whatever it is. Well, if it is that way, for some of you, this could symbolize that you will get the proposal. The important thing there is to look with kindness on those who didn't get the proposal. Okay, that's another thing. Now, for some of you, it will not be the energy of the one who won, but the one who didn't get it. So if you have that energy of not getting it, you have two possibilities. One is you can despair, like the person in the distance, or you can be the other person, the second one who is walking as if he's not affected by the loss. It's like he took his losses and just continue on living. It's like, okay, so I lost. He took his jacket and started walking away. I feel that the coat or the jacket that is on his shoulder symbolizes the lessons that he has learned from that experience. So you don't really walk away completely as a loser. You gain something from that experience. So for those of you who have the spirit of the one who didn't get what you were aspiring for, you can take your coat or your jacket, which can be symbolized by the lessons and the experience that you've learned, and you walk away with a straight face. You walk away with a confident energy. It's like, okay, so I didn't succeed today, I can try it again tomorrow. So it's like that. You remain positive. You are not discouraged. You are not in despair like the person in the distance. So in a certain sense, you can have that energy of the sea, which is still, there is stillness within. So if you have that energy of having lost, the energy is that of not being affected by it in a negative way, but to consider it as a stepping stone for something better in the future. You have some lessons and some experiences that you have gathered from it, and you can walk away taking those riches that have been provided by your experience. Now, there are some clouds here. So maybe whether you have won or you lost, there are some clouds, maybe some doubts, or maybe everything is not really completely clear. So yeah, these are some things that you need to consider also. Maybe this needs some clarification or some working out. So these are the two energies that I could see. Actually, there are three. The one is in the person who is despairing, the person who did not get it but still is positive, and the other one who won, which has the challenge to be compassionate to those that have lost. So in a certain sense, these are the three energies that you will consider depending on your life situation at this moment. Now, it can be also that at the end of the day, these are some of the considerations that you might be having at this moment, that for some of you, there, aside from being successful and being creative, there might have been some of your things that you were considering for the day that you were not as successful as you would have wanted to be. But there are some lessons and some good things, good experiences that you can take with you, and it will help you in continuing to reach for your dream. So the journey is not always successes. There will be some failures, but the failures could either be a stumbling block or a stepping stone. The one in the second looked at it as a stepping stone. The other one was despairing after that. So the challenge is to look at the failure as a stepping stone for something better in the future. Now let's try to see what is the advice of the universe for us. Well, move on. We have here the Six of Swords. To try to move on. Now, as you move on, again, you see here there are the clouds, and here there are the swords. So at this time, whether you won or you lose, for some of you, it's more of the energy of losing. The important thing is to move on and to unburden yourself of the anxiety, to try to clear the clouds, to sit down just like the Queen of Pentacles and to cleanse yourself. Maybe cleanse yourself of the clouds, and the swords can symbolize the negative energy you might have taken along the way also. So you need to cleanse yourself from these ones. You need to cleanse yourself of anxiety also, of maybe negative energy, maybe discouragement. You need to free yourself from all these things. And at the same time, with regards to the one who won, there might have been some negative energies also you have taken away, and maybe the energy of pride also you need to let go, because it's important to have that compassion and also to maintain humility. Humility is the best path towards spiritual growth. So as you move on, the moving on can be, yes, you are moving on with the spirit of the one who has despaired, which is the spirit of the lady sitting down, or you can move on with the spirit of this person who is rowing the boat. He is positive. He has taken the loss with a positive note, and he's beginning the chapter by moving on to something new, which is that spirit also of the second person who is leaving behind with his coat. So in a certain sense, these are two possible things if you have lost. If you have also won, there are challenges along the way, and you need to move on also from the situation. But there is a need for that compassion to those who didn't won. Actually, you see here, if this is the energy of the person who have won, he is helping those who have lost. So he is not just one who thinks of himself, but considers those also who were affected in the situation. So compassion is also needed at this time. So try to see how this reading somehow correlates with your present life situation. Now, starting today, instead of having the usual self-care tip, we have changed the second section to the title, Good Morning Oracle. So right now, it's still the same. It's similar to the self-care tip. We just changed the title to Good Morning Oracle. So from now on, what follows the Good Morning Tarot is the section of Good Morning Oracle. Now, we're using the Guiding Light Oracle by Kelly T. Smith, and let's try to see what is the message of our oracle for today. Okay, blessing in disguise. Okay, if you look at it, for those who have lost in whatever it is that you were reviewing right now, it's at the end of the day, and maybe you are reviewing on what has transpired, just like the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, you might have lost something. Well, consider it as a blessing in disguise. Everything that happens to us, there's a reason for it. And oftentimes, we only understand it in retrospect. After a certain period of time, when we look back, just like the Queen of Pentacles, she looks back at the situation. So maybe at this end of the day, as you look back to your life experience, whether you won or you lost, consider the situation as a blessing in disguise. If you cannot understand really the reason at this time, you still cannot understand the reason why such a thing happened, whether you won or you lost, sooner or later in the future, you will understand. But everything, they happen because they are meant to be. And everything that happens, whether good or negative, are blessings. And if it's something negative at this time, consider it as a blessing in disguise. And you cannot still understand it at this time, but in the future, you will. And so for some of you, it's important for you to move forward with the hope that whatever had happened, it is for the good of you, whom the divine loves. So there's a saying in the passage, the Lord make things work out for the good of those who love Him. So as long as you always intend to love the divine and also the people that the divine brings to your life, everything is a blessing in disguise. And it says here, you are being asked not to prejudice your current set of circumstances. So you are being asked not to prejudice your current set of circumstances. Whatever situation you have, whether it is positive or negative, whether it is positive or negative, it is a blessing in disguise. Well, that's it for today. I hope you were able to benefit from our tarot, Good Morning Tarot, and our Good Morning Oracle. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.